Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we are taking a look at a brand new developer feedback number 4 just dropped today, with some questions and answers, all based around DLS, Doomsday Last Survivor, and a lot of the changes they're going to have coming this most recent update. First and foremost, DLS admin Cynthia says this issue includes discussions about optimizations for Archipelago Raid, also known as AR, and Genesis War, also known as GW, as well as some future updates for the game. Let's take a look. Question number 1. Are there any plans to adjust the matching system and rewards for Archipelago Raid, as they are not very reasonable? Now, this first question to me is fairly kind of off the cuff, because truth be told, I thought Archipelago Raid people thought were good rewards, and now we're hearing that they're not very reasonable. Well, the answer is thank you for your valuable feedback and suggestions for Archipelago Raid. In order for further enhancing your gaming experience, we plan to optimize Archipelago Raid in various ways outlined below. So, in Archipelago Raid, we're going to deal with Warzone adjustments first. Alliances will also be split into 3 Warzones based on Alliance might, and corresponding rewards will be adjusted accordingly. So, Apex, Elite, and Fearless. Does this mean that AR is only going to have a max of 2,200 alliances in it? Because that's what it said. Fearless Warzone 2200. So does that mean that they're now going to limit Archipelago Raid? That sucks if that's the case. I mean, I guess they're already kind of doing that when they say only the top 5 alliances or something in the region can participate. Or is it 10 alliances in the region? I mean, the point is they're still limiting it. I don't like that. That's not good. Okay, and then they're going to change the rewards and adjust them accordingly. So it'll be like GW, so it'll be like Genesis War in regards to the top war zones getting the best rewards, and obviously the bottom ones getting very less rewards in comparison. Which again, I don't like. I think they should make them kind of equal across, as you still need to benefit the younger players and the newer players who needs more bonuses as well. Number 2, ranking optimizations. To allow commanders to check their Alliance Might rankings in real time, we have added Alliance Might rankings during the registration period of the event. Now you can keep track of your Alliance rankings at any time to plan your victory. So now we can see our rankings during the registration period of the event. Okay, so maybe this will allow us more to see what our actual ranking is and not our might in regards to... That might be a good change. So that way we can kind of, that way the alliances that want to, like ours, for example, we like to cut weight for events. So we like to dismiss non-participating players just for ranking, just for registration, pardon me. They come back afterwards and help with, healing and taps and yada, yada, yada. But we want to make sure that we have only the participating members are registered for the events. So this might actually help in that, which will be good. New merit award system. During Archipelago Raid, Alliance leaders can distribute merit chests to Alliance members based on their performance. Okay, merit chests come in various grades: Grand, Legendary, Epic, and Elite. There is a limited number of chests for each grade. Each member can only be allocated 1 merit chest per event. Alliance members must be in the Alliance participating in the event to receive merit chests and have a distribution period and can't be distributed after it ends. Okay, so they're adding more rewards. That's cool. So Alliance leaders can distribute merit chests. Well, this is good. Anytime they add free stuff, which is cool, I don't mind. You know what I mean? Like, anytime they're going to add basically free rewards, especially individually for the Alliance, that's great. I love it. New armaments. Devices. We've got some new devices coming in. Gravity Propeller and Gravity Controller are coming soon. These cool armaments can be obtained from merit chests. Okay. So now we're going to have these new devices coming from these merit chests. Now I'm a little confused. Are they only available in the merit chests? Because if they are, that means that you're really only going to be, like, you really have to be conscious on how you're passing those merit chests around. Because you want to make sure that you're getting, like, if they're only available in merit chests, you really got to make sure that you're hyper-focusing, giving them to the same players all the time so that they can have those armaments leveled up, give them to your big hitters. So it's not going to be about... based on their performance, is going to be about giving them to your biggest players. Well, please refer to the actual update content for final detailed adjustments. Okay. I'll take that for what it is. Overall changes to Archipelago Raid. I'm not a fan of this Warzone adjustment up top. I am kind of a fan of this one here for the registration period when you're talking about rankings. And then obviously this new merit award system is cool. Any new devices obviously layering more money because they're going to cost to get. If it's not, you know, I mean, typically, like I said, the whales are going to be the ones getting it because they're going to be focusing on getting their armaments the highest. And, I mean, depending on what the gravity propeller and the gravity controller do is going to depend on, you know, how overall focused they're going to be. Question number 2. Will the Alliance participation and rewards for Genesis War be improved? Will the Alliance participation and rewards for Genesis War be improved? Cool. Thank you for your enthusiastic feedback, Commander. We will also be making similar optimizations to the Genesis War as we did to the Archipelago Raid, including adding Alliance Might rankings during the registration period. Okay. Loosening participation criteria. So whether that makes it easier for the 2000 or they're going to open up more, adding the merit award system, adding the new device armaments. Okay, so those will be available in GW as well. But that doesn't seem like they're really changing much for GW. So you're adding the might ranking, that's fine. You're loosening the participation criteria. So I mean, if you're still limiting how many alliances are allowed to participate, loosening the criteria is not going to do anything. Because if you're only still allowing 2000 to participate, changing the criteria isn't going to increase the amount of participants. It's just going to increase, it'll increase the amount of choice in those participants, but not the overall competition. In fact, it might make it worse. It might make matchmaking worse than what it is. So I'm not really looking forward to that. That does not make it good for Genesis War for me. And honestly, until they change some things about Genesis War, like the foundation of Genesis War is great, but the numbers don't match up, and it really, really adds to a whole meat grinder effect for your troops. Makes it really hard to continue to compete in that event. But if that's all they're giving us there, then we'll have to see what comes out of it. Unfortunately. We'll have to. Oh, sorry for that. Seems the game's audio is lagging a bit. That happens. That's okay. Okay, so again, dealing with the Genesis War changes, kind of mediocre. Not enough, I don't think, to make GW a great event. Don't get me wrong, the fights are great. I love the fights. I love the like I said, it's got a great foundation, but there's just too many bugs in it right now for me. Like, you can't choose your time, so the time slots suck for a lot of players. You can't choose. The amount of deaths you get are ridiculous. Yes, they empty out your yes, they return your troops from your aid station, but you're still losing a ton of troops over GW. And then with how often they have GW, you really never have a chance to replenish those troops. So it becomes a huge meat grinder, and that's why a lot of players aren't really jamming with it or gelling with it, if you know what I mean. Okay, question 3. Many missions and rewards in the game require continuous tapping, which feels a bit tiring. Can it be improved? Commander, we hear you. We have simplified the controls for daily missions and radar station event in the game to make it less tedious. We are also working on optimizations for controls, so stay tuned. Okay, so they're kind of responding to a lot of tapping. I don't know. Sure. I mean, if you make it, if you optimize it for controls and things like that, I'm totally down. Like when they changed the way that you get those chests in the workshop, really like that. So much better than having to click each one individually and things like that. So that was a good optimization. But I'm really kind of curious how they're going to do the rest. Unless you can collect all daily missions, collect all rewards, you know what I mean? Like if they had a button that was collect all rewards, that would be super easy. That'd be awesome. We'll see. Interesting change. Question number 4, and the last question of the update here. When will the next hero skins be released, and which hero skin will it be? All right, so new skins coming in. Cynthia and Catherine are getting skins simultaneously. Catherine's Cyber Sweetheart and Cynthia's Ball Phantom are arriving at the same time. Get ready for their gorgeous transformations. These are, again, going to be expensive. But truth be told, I think Cynthia and Catherine are going to kind of need it. They need to be updated as much as possible. They're a little bit lackluster. However, if they do provide a scenario to change it, and if those are easier to acquire than the Lewis changing skin or the Lewis skin, that would also be better. If these are only available for whales, I think that's kind of a brutal part of the game. But what can I say? It's a pay-to-win game by all the intents and purposes. As much as I'd like to say, it's not, this game is definitely more for whales. The more you spend, the better it's going to be, which is unfortunate, In my opinion, I think they have to focus more on the lower spending player or the free-to-play player and things like that, because that's the majority of their player base. But I'm not the one who controls their, I'm not the CEO of their company, so they won't listen to me. So it is what it is. But anyways, if Catherine and Cynthia gets cool skins, that'd be great. If they're easily accessible, that will be even better. But I have a feeling it's just going to be behind another paywall. So unless you're whaling hard or you spend a decent amount of money into the game, what could be hundreds of dollars a month, chances are you're going to be skipping out on this type of thing. So, but that's it, folks. That is it for the questions and answers coming from developer feedback number 4, based today, August 22nd. That being said, guys, if you like what you saw, if you have any other questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already, and that subscribe button. We are on our way to 1,000 subs. We are pushing as quick as we can, and trust me, guys, the travel or the trip so far has been fantastic. But we'd really like to hit that 1,000, just because it's a nice little total to go for. And since we only started this channel here back in June, we're moving pretty quickly. So the faster we can get to 1,000, the better. So share the channel with your friends, any of your your Doomsday Last Survivor friends or your Alliance, anyone who needs help or guidance. Go ahead and send this to them as well. And if you want to help out the channel just a little bit more, you can go ahead and hit that join button for only $5.99 American. $5.99 USD. You can become a bud tender with the Grow Up and get access to some new some emotes. Pardon me. You can get access to some super chats when we start going live here. You get access to content before everybody else. There'll be membership only content. We're working our best here to make sure that we can give you as much value for your $5.99 as possible. And remember, anything that comes into the channel is going back to produce better content, whether that's in hardware, software, product in the game, anything that we can to ensure that you guys get the best content, educational and obviously entertaining as possible. But that's it, folks. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.